On behalf of the American Disc Jockey Association and the Wedding MBA, it gives us great pleasure to introduce this master level class, Digital Footprint. I got to know Casey Eberhart a few years ago. Needless to say, he's part of us. He has an Oscar. How friggin' cool is that? He's in the entertainment business. No one knows sales, marketing, and the concepts of digital footprinting better than this man. He is an expert. Listen, learn, do. He will help you build your business. Give it up, Casey Eberhart.
Awesome. Welcome, everybody. So let me just start off by asking a couple of questions. Are you having a good time so far? Yeah. Awesome. So will you guys, can we agree that Shannon does an amazing job putting this event together? Yeah. Will you guys help me ensure that I'm asked back next year? Yeah. Okay, so here's what I'm going to ask. Bruce, I'll introduce Bruce in a second. You stand there. Would everybody please stand up? Stand up. So what I'd like to do is on the count of 3, I want everybody to look at Bruce up here on stage and scream as loud as you can on a count of 3, Shannon is awesome. Okay? Because what I'm going to do is we're going to put this up online, and then we'll let you guys comment on it and you go talk about how awesome she is. So let's just get this out of the way first. Fair enough? We're all on board? Can we promise that we're going to do it right the first time and not make me do that lame speaker thing where I say the first one sucked and we have to do it 2 and 3 times? Can we just do it right the first time?
Yeah.
Fair enough? Fair enough?
Yeah.
Okay. On a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Shannon is awesome! Okay, sit down. So you guys, my name is Casey Eberhart, and I'm excited to be here. I'm going to do a couple of things, and I'm going to let you know up front. I am not a stand-on-the-stage PowerPoint presenter. I apologize. It drives me crazy, and I think it's lame for me to be able to be cooped up into a little box. So I'm going to walk around. Is that fair? Yeah. You don't have a choice. I have a microphone. So, the other thing is, I'm going to give you guys all the slides from the PowerPoint at the end if you want them. So if you want to take pictures of them, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to actually ask you to take your phones out and turn them on. Take your phones out and turn them on. This is about telling the world that you're getting educated. So if you want to Facebook, tweet, link, Vine, any of that kind of stuff throughout the presentation, please do so. Take pictures of your neighbors if you want. Take pictures of the slides. If your phone rings and it's a deal, hop out of here, go do the deal, and come back. They're going to videotape this whole thing. Fair enough? I don't want to get in the way of your business. I just want to help you enhance your business. Okay? Fair enough? Okay, so we have 45 minutes together, and I'm going to try my dangest to get you out of here a couple minutes ahead of time so you get the best seats for the next session. Okay? So I'm about 3 minutes in, and I've already messed up the PowerPoint. Fantastic, Bruce. I need it. You guys, this is Bruce Waterman. He traveled around the world with me. He's my videographer, and you'll see him have a camera up in my face the whole time like I'm on some fake reality TV show, right? Here's the reality. We're going to talk about why that is so important later on. So just know that he's with me, and don't be too thrown off if he's right inside my face. So, first off, I want to also thank Drax. Where's Drax? Drax from the American Disc Jockey Association, who's kind enough to bring me in and help facilitate having me be here. So can we please give Drax a round of applause, guys? Here's the thing. If you guys really think about this for a second, everybody in this room, along with DJs, you guys create dreams and memories that last a lifetime. You do a good job, you're thought of well. Unfortunately, you're not thought of well, or you have a problem, you're affecting lives that take forever, right? I mean, you're affecting dreams, and all these folks have put all this time and energy into it. So, I'm just here to help you create a bigger space to play in online. Okay? So here's how we're going to start. I want you to think of the 15-year-old in your life right now. Your son, scary, huh? All right? Well, then you're going to be really nervous in about a minute and a half. So I want you to think about the 15-year-old. What am I doing? I hit the right clicker, the right button?
The left.
The left. I hit the left before and it didn't move. Right, Carolyn?
That's right.
So we'll try this again. So I want you to think of the 15-year-old in your life. Your son, your daughter, next door neighbor, the kid that's ripping the plants out of your flower bed, whatever. Everybody have a 15-year-old in your mind? Raise your hand when you do. Okay, I got about half the room, so let's raise your hand when you do. I promise this won't hurt. Well, it's going to hurt a second. You have 1,000 days until they run the world. What do you think about that? 1,000. This one over here is like, I'm in Vegas, I need a cocktail like now. Right, but this is really important. The reality is that the 15-year-olds, you have 3 years to figure out how to sell to them. If you can't figure out how to meet them where they are, what's going to end up happening is you're going to be in a room full of folks that are in their older generation that are not ready to buy. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about how we get in front of the younger crowd, which is your target audience, for the most part, right? Now let me say this. I'm a huge believer in a take what you like and leave the rest category. So if I say something today that makes sense to you, awesome. Take it, steal it, rob it, duplicate it, I'm cool with all that stuff. If I say something that you challenge or you've heard something different or whatever, I have a live mic. If you're not afraid, raise your hand. I'm really interactive, so if you guys want to ask questions, I'm happy to do that. You won't totally throw me off my game, hopefully. Okay? So we have 1,000 days to run until we are taken over by the 15-year-old. Right? I sometimes will ask people, who are your mentors? Right? And I'll hear all of these mentors, and it'll be like Tony Robbins and Zig Ziglar, Shannon Underwood. You know, we'll have all of these really cool mentors, and the reality is that I would suggest that you might add some kids to your mentors. My mentors are a group of 15 and 16-year-olds out of Dallas, Texas. I literally fly there on Saturday to meet with them, and I'm going to ask them all the questions. How do they communicate? Right now, for them, Facebook is for old people. I'm like, I just got figured out on Facebook. Right? Now they're into 6-second Vine and Instagram and Technicrunch and all this other kind of stuff. So I would say to you all, find the 15-year-olds and figure out how to start communicating where they are. Your couples that are coming in through the wedding process, for the most part, aren't the older generation, they're the younger generation. So we have to just keep working that technology down to where they are. So we're going to talk about several different things, and I'm going to, let me just stop right now for a second before I go any further. Can we just get all of the perfunctory end of the presentation stuff out of the way ahead of time so that you guys know exactly what I'm going to go for at the end? Is that fair? We can just do it all?
Sure. Okay,
cool. So I'm going to actually do something that most speakers will not do, which is hand out their sales sheet until the end. I'm going to hand it out now because I want you guys to be able to give me notes on the back of it. Is that fair? Okay, so they're going to hand these out. I'm going to also tell you, oh, dude, your sunglasses are falling. These are good Elvis glasses. You do not want to break these.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. There's one in every crowd, isn't there? No. We're going to hand these sheets out. I'm going to tell you right now, up front, at the end, the absolute most money that you would ever spend with me today is a whopping $40. So don't think that at the end you're going to get some big sales pitch for some giant big program. It's going to be $40 at the most if you want to. If you don't, that's cool. I'm going to say this. If you would like the slides to the PowerPoint, all you need to do is flip that sheet over and on the back right, slides, and I'll email you all the PowerPoint slides. Fair enough? I'm going to collect these sheets at the end, so please don't take notes on the back of the sheet. Otherwise, then I'm going to do this whole thing. I'm going to have to fax it to you, and it's going to be a whole rigmarole. So if you want the PowerPoint slides, just write slides on the back. So we've talked about 1,000 days until, you know what's really funny? This stage is so much higher than normal. I'm so used to jumping on like a 24-inch stage. Now I'm going to feel like I'm, needing one of those electric wheelchair lifts going up here. So, okay. So look, here's the deal. Digital collaboration is today's new currency. And I want you to think about this for a second. The more you guys can collaborate with each other, the stronger you're all going to be. There is a power in group, especially online. Think of it. When you go, I want you to think about when you check out the internet, when you go to Google something, right now, business is being done really one of two ways. And I'm just breaking this down realistically. It's being done in one of two ways. Word of mouth referral and the internet. Right? Watch this. How many of you buy stuff on the internet? Or have bought something on the internet in the last 12 months? Look around. Every single hand is raised. Right? Now, how many of you sell your products online? It's about half of you. That's about right in every room. So business is being done online, and yet we still have about 50% that are kind of doing it online, and 50% that, oh my gosh, technology is terrible and I don't want anything to do with it. I'm going to go word of mouth. But let me throw something at you for a second. Think about this. For all of you that right now are having your arms virtually crossed and going, my business is built on word of mouth referral. Right? I want you to think about this for a second. I'm going to make the case right now that you're losing money by that marketing approach. And here's how. I want you to think about this. You move to Los Angeles, California, and you call me up and you say, Casey, I know that you are the most networked guy on the planet, and I need a good vasectomy doctor or OBGYN. Whichever one is applicable to you. Okay? And you call me and I give you their name and number. What is the likelihood that you are going to call that person, make an appointment, and go and do your business with them without checking them out online at all? Anybody just gonna dial up and make an appointment? No. One. And she's crazy. Right? Think about this. Think about all that has to occur for a word-of-mouth referral to actually get to you. Right? So they have to think of you, they have to give it, you have to figure out that the phone number is correct, they have to actually call you. So what we're going to do today is talk about how we increase our digital presence so that when somebody does Google you or Bing you or Yahoo you, you come up multiple places. And unfortunately I'm here to tell you that your own website and your own blog, today it might be okay, in about a year it's not going to cut it. It's just not going to cut it. You're competing with what used to be billions of pages online, and coming up now, you're going to start to compete with trillions of pages. So this collaboration process is going to be just huge for you moving forward. And it doesn't matter which segment of the process you're in. Okay, so we're going to talk about the new digital business model. New digital business model is just simply this. When somebody Googles you or your name or your business, you need to occupy like the first 10, 20, 30, 40, even 50, 100 pages of Google for your name or your term. Right? Let me ask this, just so I can kind of get a feel for the room. How many of you right now use YouTube videos to market your business? Oh, awesome. Okay, how many of you have a website? Almost all of you, okay. How many of you blog at least, whoa. All excited, I got a blog! How many of you blog at least twice a week? Oh, cool, awesome, okay, fantastic. 4 times. Overachiever. Right, so here's the deal. This is a good point. So she is blogging. This is, for me, this is really important. She's the first one that said that she blogs 4 times a week. So my goal is to have her interview me and get me on her blog. Because now when she blogs, the search engines pick it up. Now when somebody Googles my name, perhaps I'm up there. Okay, so, this is too hot, I'm sorry. Shannon will get all mad at me, but the blue is not too distracting, is it? Yeah. You're freezing?
It's really cold.
It's really cold in here? Well, I can't help.
You could get your jacket.
I could. Would you like my jacket? Okay, so here's the deal. When we're talking about this collaboration process, what I'm really talking about is figuring out how to work with other people in your industry, working together, creating some content that then gets pushed out online so that when somebody does word of mouth, give you a word of mouth referral, and they go Google you to check you out, you have a lot of space. You occupy a lot of real estate. Right? Think about this. So let's say you guys go with me with vasectomy doctor, ladies go with me with OBGYN. Imagine you go online and you Google this doctor's name. And you find nothing. They might have a LinkedIn profile, they might have a website that looks like it was updated in 2007, but really there's nothing else. But number 2 through 10 on Google is all the same doctor. And they're writing articles, and they've got videos, and they're guest blogging, and they've got another blog going over here, and they've got a website going over here. And you can't get around but read much about this person's stuff online. Has absolutely nothing to do whether they're a good doctor or not. It just is a matter of who has the most content online. Right? He or she who has the most content about them online is going to win the game every single time. I don't care what anybody tells you, and that is just unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on where you fall, a fact. So today, we're going to walk through a very simple, easy process for you to start creating content online. Fair enough? Any questions so far? Okay. Oh, for those of you that use YouTube, before I forget, can I give you guys a YouTube tip that I promise you, if you implement it, will do more than pay for your entire trip here? Yes. Yes? Yes. Okay, here's the deal. This is total off topic. This is going to be something that if you're using video right now, you absolutely want to write down. And I promise you that you will, in your head, if you grasp this, you will be giving me a standing ovation without standing up. Okay? So here it is. How annoying is it for you when you look at your own YouTube videos to see your competitors' videos on the right-hand side and at the end of every one of your videos? Freaking crazy, right? So let's solve that and make them all yours and all yours on the right-hand side and have more of your videos show up on your competitors' videos, shall we? Yeah. Let me show you how to do that. When you're putting a video into YouTube, that was almost a liability claim right there. There's a high likelihood I'm going to fall at some point here. So, okay. So, when you do your YouTube descriptions, this is very important. When you do the tags in YouTube, I want you to make up a fake word. A word that nobody else is going to type in. It cannot be an English language word. So don't use like hat. Right? You might want to do like your initials and the word Vegas. Or 123 Laura Jean 729. Right? You make up a fake word. Doesn't have to be all that long. And you use that same word and you put that in tag slot number 2 and the last tag in every single one of your videos. What that's going to do is now when your video comes up, YouTube is actually trying to put all those videos through an algorithm to figure out which ones closely match the one that they just watched. So it is suggesting videos. So all we're doing is we're giving it a YouTube tag and we're tricking the algorithm to be able to say, hey look, there are only 50, 100, maybe 200 videos that have these specific keywords in it. So we want to show those most closely like the videos that you just watched, therefore pull from our own library. Is that cool? Okay. Cool. Those of you that are on YouTube, you are going to send me an email afterwards just going, that's the coolest thing ever. So, I hope. Okay. So, one of the things that a lot of people talk about when they talk about blogging is I never know what to write about, I'm not a writer, I don't have a lot of content, right? So here's the deal. Let me put this in perspective. People love watching videos. Robots love reading text. Right? So we have to play to both of them. We have to play to people and to robots. Right? So let's talk about some different content ideas that you can use to write a blog post. Interview your guests. When you're doing a wedding, grab your flip cam. Interview those guests. If you are a planner, interview your other vendors at the venue themselves. Think of this. Where's Carolyn? Carolyn over here, she's helping me out. She's from Long Beach, California. She actually just responded to me on Facebook. We know each other. But I put on Facebook, I'm speaking, she's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be there. Can I help out? So this is Carolyn. She's my friend from Long Beach. She's an officiant. And she knows a ton of people. She is extremely, extremely well networked throughout the country. So first thing up, if you want to meet Carolyn afterwards, just write Carolyn on the back of that sheet, and I'll put you guys in touch with her. She's absolutely fantastic. So thank you, Carolyn, for helping. But here's the deal. When we leave here, I just said she's totally well networked. When we leave here, it is my goal to have Bruce videotape Carolyn and I having a discussion. Here's why. If she is better networked than I am, and I interview her and do a video on her, and I put it on YouTube, and then I give her the link and I say, hey, this is the video that we just did on YouTube, and then I drop it into a blog, talking about how awesome she is, I'm making it about her, would it not be possible that when somebody Googles her, I pop up? Right? Now imagine if you are a bride or groom doing research, and every time they're online, they can't escape you. You're interviewing the aquarium here, you've got DJs over here, you're doing an efficient over here. They can't escape you. You create that footprint that they cannot get away from you. They're going to hire you or not based on who you are online. It's too risky in today's marketplace for somebody to hire you without knowing who you are. I mean, this is somebody's dream that they've spent years and years and years putting together, right? So, interview your guests. Promote the other vendors, right? I spoke at the DJ show last month. I sat here and everyone was all networking with each other and talking and blah, blah, blah. I had a line of DJs around the corner that I just interviewed. Where are you from? What do you do? What's your specialty? Where do you do? What do you do? What's your specialty? I can drop those all up onto my YouTube channel, drop them all into my blog, give those guys and gals SEO juice. Now when people search my name, they come up. But the best part for me is people search their name, I come up. Digital collaboration, it's the new currency. If you're living in a silo, it's going to be really, really difficult for you to get your message out. So for those of you that are blogging, my hat is off to you. You are taking a huge step forward. The next evolution in that process is to blog with others. Blog in a community. Because as Google likes three things, right? Is it current, is it relevant, and is it trusted? That's how. So how many of you, I'm guessing nobody in here knows the Google algorithm, right? Right? It's much like the credit score algorithm. We all know it's there. We all kind of know what we're supposed to do to get a credit card higher. But at the end of the day, nobody knows the actual equation. Google is the exact same way. But what we do know is that websites that are more current, meaning they have more content added, they're relevant, they're in that space, and they're trusted, meaning they're not spam, or you don't have like a phishing site talking about wedding proposals and a DJ site talking about the stratosphere. You want to keep it all under the category of business or wedding, so on and so forth. Okay? So, reviews, right? This is another great thing. Grab your smartphone. You all have smartphones. You're all doing vines and videos of yourselves and taking selfies anyways. So why not? Selfies, by the way, the kids tell me today that's when, what Anthony Weiner did. You take a picture of yourself and I went like this, right? But reviews on equipment. Here's the deal. Is it possible that the exhibitors in the hall next door have spent tens of thousands of dollars generating online SEO for themselves? Yeah? Think about this. If you were to take your video camera or your phone and do a review or interview those exhibitors and put those up, couldn't you tag a little bit off of their SEO dollars? It's huge. When they ask for reviews, give them a good review. If you're not going to give them a good review, just don't do a review at all. You don't want to be that negative person anyways. But here's the deal. I mean, this is a true story. There was a gal in Los Angeles that does the almost identical thing that I do. And she asked me to give her a testimonial. I gave her the best testimonial. I did not make it about me at all. I made it all about her. She's just spent $100,000 putting that SEO plan in place for a year. She put my testimonial on the front page of her stupid website. It's now the #3 largest traffic driver to my website, and I didn't do anything but tell people how awesome she was. All right? So this is about thinking smart here. So how to, right? How many of you get, you're asked all the time, how to do this? How do you pick this person? How do you pick a DJ? How do you pick a wedding planner? How do you pick a cake? How do you pick an officiant? Start answering those questions. Just pop on QuickTime or do a quick video on how to do that. The reason, okay, let me give you some of your time back. I love screwing with Bruce because he has to follow me around. So I like, give one of these and he doesn't know where to go. It's not funny. So let me give you some of your time back right now. How many of you are so sick and tired of answering the same 10 questions about your business every single day? How much is it? How do you charge? Who do you work with? Do you do this? Do you do that? Here's a suggestion. Do a quick video on the 10 most frequently asked questions you're asking your business. Line them up on your YouTube channel. Then do the 10 questions that people should ask you that don't. Put those up on your YouTube channel. And now, when somebody calls Doyle over here and says, hey, how much do you charge for this type of package? He can say, you know what? Let me shoot you off an email. It's going to have a video. It's going to answer all those questions. And as soon as you're done watching it, hit me an email back and we'll take it to the next step. It's no pressure. Now you can go back into real sales conversations rather than just handling inquiries. In those videos, you got to be charming. And here's the thing. I know that there are some of you right now that are going, yeah, but I don't look good on video, or I don't sound good on video. You look and sound exactly like you are. It doesn't put on 10 pounds. It doesn't make you look gaunt. You look and sound exactly how you look and sound. Trust me, I have analyzed myself on these videos more than I can count. So, get over it. You have an option. You can be right or you can be rich. I want you to be rich. Get on video. Your first 100 videos are going to suck. Please don't go buy a sheet at Kmart and hang it up in the back and not steam it out so you still have the folds in it. Right? You don't need to have your cat walking across the computer screen. Right? I mean, think if you had a bride that was allergic to cats and all of a sudden you're doing cat videos. Right? The videos are so important. So do the 10 most frequently asked questions and 10 should ask questions. And here's the thing. Video is so vitally important. I can't even, there's no way for me to express how important this is. So let me give you an example. A lot of speakers, and I'm just going to use speakers as an example because I can speak. My mom's going to be excited to see it on Facebook. Here's the deal. The reason I bring a videographer with me everywhere I go is because of this. When we're done with this room is set for 984, not that I'm OCD, and on a 984, let's call this 400 people in the room? Is that a fair number?
412.
412? Okay. Ron counted, excellent, thank you. So here's the deal. Let me just ask this. If I were to take this video, put it up on YouTube, drop it into a blog, then take that blog post and distribute it out over the course of the life of the video, which is forever, is there a possibility that this video will be seen by more than 400 people?
Yes.
Yes. So the reality is this video that's being done right now is creating a digital asset that has the ability to produce leads and opportunities for me forever. So every time you're in mode of working with somebody, get it on video, drop it in a blog post. Okay? I'm trying to get you guys out of your own. Is this helpful so far?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the formula that I use on every single blog post. It's a camera, which is, you can use Google Hangout, which is like recorded Skype. How many of you guys use Google Hangouts? Oh, sweet Mary. Pause. Go. Okay, here's the deal. I will help you out with Google Hangout. It's the coolest free tool. Google owns everything. You got to be using their tools. You got to be using their tools. If you want me to send you, I'll send you a video on how to use Google Hangout. Just write Google Hangout on the back of that sheet, and I'll send it off. I don't have the time to go through it, but I'll send you a video on that. Cool? Fair enough? Okay. Next, so you're going to have your camera, plus a person of influence. Let me give you another example. This is Carol Shockley back here. Carol, raise your hand. She's standing. I might get it.
Looking after that.
Yeah. So this is my friend Carol Shockley. She is an event planner based out of Las Vegas here. She travels all around the world. She is an amazing person to have on your team, in your back pocket, working with you if you come to Las Vegas and you're doing a destination wedding. She knows everybody in town. She's awesome, right? Is that good enough?
That's great.
Excellent. So I'm going to say this. So I say that she would be a good person of influence to video with. to Google Hangout with, to ask her questions about the Las Vegas market, right? So if you want me to hook you up with Carol, on the back of your sheet, just write Carol. So far we have Carolyn, efficient out of Long Beach, and Carol. Bruce here owns Exposure Biz, which is an online business that will help you get some exposure for your business. He can videotape you. He's out of Los Angeles, but he can travel with you wherever. And I have slippery shoes, which could be a big problem with carpet. He also does video, email, and can teach you how to actually get your message out. If you want me to hook you up with Bruce, write Bruce on the back of your sheet, and I'm happy to do that. So you record that, now you've got a digital asset, right? You take that digital asset and you drop it on a blog. And then you do the thing from the commercial from the 80s, lather, rinse, repeat. Lather, rinse, repeat. So let me give you an example. Here's the order for every blog post. So you've got your video, you want a featured image, which is just a picture, a still shot. Video, the text version of what you just did for robots, thank you. And then a way for somebody to get a hold of you if they want to talk to you. Your phone number, fill out this form. Give them something, tell them what you want to do. We don't like being told what to do, but if you're online, you have to tell people what you want them to do. Click here, follow me on Facebook, watch this next video, pick up the phone and call me. Fill out this web form. Okay? So here's an example of an actual blog post I did. I cut off part of it, but I wanted to show you guys an actual example of what I do. Okay, so this is an interview I did with my buddy Jim Fortin. Jim Fortin is a sales trainer out of Dallas, Texas, and he has a program called Zero Effort Selling, helping you sell more stuff by less effort, right? I'm an affiliate of his. So every time somebody buys something through my affiliate link, I make a little piece of the action. So here's what I did. I did a blog post on Jim. Picture. There's the title. I put the title as something that I thought somebody searching for Jim would pick up. Okay? So we got the title, Jim's picture, there's the video, then there's a whole bunch of text about what the video was. This is Google Hangout, so it's just me in my office looking like a goof. Jim and I talked for an hour. I wrote out up on the top there all the text for robots, thank you. And then here's a lead capture form. So that when somebody's done, if they want to talk to myself or to Jim, they fill out that form, it drops into a CRM system, and I get a copy of it. Does this make sense? Yes. Is this an easy to follow formula? It really can start taking the guesswork out of what you have to do or what you need to be able to do in order to get content out there. Okay? So we have about 10 minutes left. Have I given you enough content to kind of take this to the next level and share with you what I actually do? Yeah? Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So if the text is for robots, but the contact form is for a client, why would the contact form not precede the text?
It could, in theory. So she asked the order. Is there a particular reason that there's an order that the form is at the bottom versus text, right? I just think it flows better because if somebody watches the video and they only watch 3 or 4 minutes of an hour-long video, they can read the summation of the whole video below and then decide whether they want to contact me or not.
Case?
Yes, sir.
One reason is Google weights the content on your page. The farther up the page it is, the heavier Google rates it. If you put the text at the bottom of the page, the robots don't really pay as much attention to it. Even though they capture it, they don't really say that's worthwhile text. Pretty much all your stuff you really want to do is like Casey's put, is above the scroll. That's what gets weighted heavy. That's why you want the image.
Yeah.
Because they get searched, video, and the start of your text.
You guys, here's another little tip. If you take nothing else, take this. When you put a video, or when you put a picture up, a featured image, those are searchable, right? I can't tell you how many times people will go search wedding ring or whatever, and then hit images, and they see all these images. When they click on that image, they're taken to the site that's associated with that image. So instead of just slapping a picture up on Facebook, see, here's the thing. Most people do the right thing in the wrong order. I'm going totally out of order here for a second. Look, here's the thing. Can we all agree that if you put something on Facebook or Twitter, the maximum life it has is 10 minutes at most, right? Good news is if you write crappy content, it's gone in 10 minutes. Bad news is if you write good content, it's also gone in 10 minutes. So we do the right things but out of the wrong order. So here's the right order. Create content, number 1. Number 2, create a blog or put that on your website. Number 3 is use a content distribution network to power up a crowd, getting that content out into the marketplace and into Google's algorithm faster, which I'm going to talk about in a second, the content distribution part. And then 4th, use social media to promote the link back to your blog, which is the permanent asset. Because by driving traffic from Facebook to your permanent asset, you're helping your search engine optimization, you're helping traffic, you're helping Google say, hey, this is a really good site, that people can like, comment, and share on it, and that's where your social spread goes. Does that make sense? So don't do social media and talk about something that you don't have an asset for. This is an asset that will produce a result for me forever. This video's up, done. When it's gone and up, I don't have to think about it anymore. When it's up on Facebook, I have to keep doing stuff every 5 minutes. Yes, sir, real quick.
Casey, is that the purpose of alt text for the picture?
Yes. He asked about alt text for the picture. It's just text that you're putting onto a picture that's saying, hey, these are the words that if somebody searches for an image on, I want this picture to show up. Yes?
What is your secret word?
I'm not telling you.
It's hidden within the text. It's not
Yes, no, the secret word is only for YouTube, and it's only used in the tags of YouTube. You don't want to tell anybody else to tag what you're using.
Okay, and nobody else can see that.
Yeah, nobody else can see it. You don't want to tell anybody what it is. I'll sell you mine for $1 million. Okay, so does this make sense? An actual blog post, you can see how it's written out. And WordPress is my favorite. Okay. So DNet is a company that I'm the CEO of, and I run the organization, and we are a content distribution network, which basically means that if all of us in this room wrote a blog post today and put it on our own individual websites, we would put out 400 articles on 400 websites, right? However, if we all came together in one blog, such as like the Huffington Post, and we all put those 400 articles in one blog or on one website, the power of all of us becomes exponentially greater. Because now Google goes, holy bejesus, there is some relevant content. This website is being updated every 8 seconds. All of it's talking about weddings, it's all talking about business, it's all talking about connecting. We're going to weight the whole site higher, which makes individual articles also rank higher. The frightening thing is most of our clients in DNet, their articles on our blog outrank their own websites. It's true. And that shouldn't matter to you. What matters to you is getting the collaborative eyeballs on your article, being the best that you can be, collaborating and promoting others, so that everybody gets to see the articles. Everybody can raise their hand and go, hey, I want you to call me. Does that make sense? So DNet, we're just a content distribution network. Oh man, I don't have a lot of time. So I'm sorry, I got 2 more slides. I just want. This is at the bottom of DNet. Oh, I'm only a slide off, sorry. At the bottom of every article, you also want to have some sort of social media share buttons, right? We're all pretty much familiar with them. In DNet, we offer one that's really cool because it allows you to share to your Facebook fan pages. So you can actually leave comments from yourself and your fan pages. The content then gets posted onto your Facebook page as your fan, driving extra fans because when they come to the blog, they can go click right on your fan page. Does that make sense? Okay, so if you want to join us in DNet, here's what you get. You're going to get the power of a crowd, all collaborating to show Google that we're bad. And I'm told by the 15-year-olds that bad is actually good. Or sick is actually good now. Rad is out. It's been out for a while. You're in tune, I'm not. I have a 15-year-old nephew. But you get asset creation with your ROI, return on your investment of time, energy, and money. It's a new way of networking. We give you you a group you can interact with and collaborate with. We teach you basic SEO, which we're kind of doing here today, and most importantly, we teach you how to outsmart and be in front of the 15-year-olds, which is by creating content. Okay? So, as part of DNET, you get to publish unlimited content on our blog. All of that recipe, if you have videos already, drop them into our blog. If you have blog posts already, drop them right into our blog. It gives you another place to put it. We do mostly original content, so it's not going to really matter if your blog post is in only 2 places. That's not going to really matter. You're going to be a guest on some of our shows. We have some internal shows. You have access to niche communities. You can monetize your referrals. You can generate unlimited leads and opportunities just simply by adding content with calls to action at the bottom. And we're a collaborative sharing environment, which means that if you drop a blog post in our blog, our community goes in and we all like, comment, and share on each other's posts, thus driving more and more traffic back to your own individual blog posts. Okay? Does that make sense? Yes?
Do you have that broke out by industry, whether it's travel or wedding or whatever?
No. And the reason we have some differentiation, but it doesn't matter because each article is optimized for its own set of keywords on Google. So you're kind of getting the best of both worlds. You get to niche your articles, and you get to play in a more general environment. Okay? So, here's the deal. It's a whopping $40 a month to be a part of DNET. There's no contracts. You join it for a month, you don't use it, you don't like it, you think I'm ugly, whatever, I don't care, you cancel it, no problem. Okay? Very, very easy. I'm going to make the case that you should join DNET for $40, and here's why. But wait, there's more. That's what all of us speakers do, right? So I'm going to give you a couple of bonuses if you want to join us in DNET. Normally when I am out speaking on the road, how many saw me speak here last year? A few of you? Okay. So I have a program called 147 Ways to Generate Leads for Your Business, how to have more leads in time. When I'm out on the road, this is no BS, it sells for between $500 and $1,000, that alone. That's normally what I'm out doing. You're going to get a copy of that for free. Okay? You're also going to get an audio version of Get More Referrals Now, which is a CD I did. We normally sell it for $100. The audio version of Exploding Your Contact List, $100, you're going to get that. I'll actually sit and do a Google Hangout with you, so you can bank off of my SEO juice, and guess what? I'm going to promote it because I want you to get as much visibility for what you do as possible. And if you'd like your website reviewed, I'm happy to do that, and we'll also train your VA or your office staff if need be. Now, some of you are smart going, wait a minute, he told me that I can join for $40, and there's no contract. So theoretically, one could join for $40, get all the bonuses, say screw this, I'm out, and cancel and you get all the bonuses for $40. That's another way of looking at it. I'm going to bank on that you're going to stay and you're going to love the community. Okay? So, on your sheet, if you want to fill those out, if you want to join us, I'd love to have you join us on in DNET. On the bottom of that sheet, it asks how I did today.
Tim.
I feed off of your feedback. If you guys think I did good, fantastic, I want to hear about it. If there's something I can do better, I want to hear about it. If you have comments for me, and you want to put them on the back of the sheet, that's great. If you run out of room, I'll give you another sheet. Okay? I'm also a big believer in collaboration. So, as part of my network, I put down some things here that I thought would be of use to you, like low-card credit card processing. If you want personal coaching in your business, I'm happy to talk to you about that. Video, email, business phone apps. We didn't get a chance to totally touch on phone apps and business mobile-ready websites. Just do this. Go back and ask your webmasters if your website is responsive, meaning it responds to the device that it is being looked on. If it's not responsive, you need a new website. That's just how it is, because most stuff is being looked on by mobile phones at the moment. Yes, really quick.
I was actually at the wedding wear site. They said if it's not responsive, they'll just is that in there, and if it's not responsive, is that true?
I would talk to them. I don't know if that's a possibility. Okay? If you need a website, you can check out website creation there. And you guys, here's the deal. If you want if you want me or one of my group to call you and talk to you about websites, and you're like, I just want to have a talk, and you want to just put 411 by the website, happy to do that. If you know basically that you need a new website and you need it now, and you need somebody to do it that's going to do it properly, then put 911 near the website deal, and we'll put you at the front of the list. Because with a good website, you can outsmart the 15-year-olds. With a bad website, you cannot outsmart the 15-year-olds because they will outsmart you with their own websites. Does that make sense? So you guys, we are just about out of time. So I just want to take a second and say I hope that you'll join us in DNET. The bonuses are worth it as well. I'm totally biased, of course. If you put your credit card on that slip, I'm going to ask this. When you leave, we're going to collect these sheets from you. I'm only going to ask that you hand your sheet to either Carolyn, Carol, Drax, who's got his hand raised, or Super Janet in the back. She's got her hand raised as well. Janet is helping out from the show. They will come directly to me. Once your credit card goes in the system, the page gets shredded. So it's totally safe. I promise you I'm not going to do anything with it. I would be out of business in 20 minutes if that were the case. Lastly, I just want to say this. I know how valuable your time is, and I know you guys have been through workshop after workshop, and it's a true testament to you guys that are here at the show participating full out. And so I just want to say thank you on behalf of the show, on behalf of the American Disc Jockey Association. Thank you guys so very much. Have a great day, and I hope to see you inside DNET.